Hello Uplanders, I'm YK2012, founder of the Upland Guide. In this video, I'm going to explain a little bit more about the economy, and specifically how the Upland Pool receives funding. The metaverse has two financial pools, one of which is called the Upland Pool, the second is called the Community Pool. If you haven't read about it in the Upland white paper or on the Upland Guide, there are links in the description below. And if you're unfamiliar how they work, I really encourage you to watch the video in the upper right-hand corner before you watch this one. When you buy UPX from the store, that fiat money goes to Upland Me Inc., which is the company that develops and operates the Upland Metaverse. And the UPX you get in return from that purchase comes from the Upland Pool. As more money enters the game, the Upland Pool continues to decrease. So the question is, how does that Upland Pool get funded? When the metaverse was created, 50 billion UPX was allocated to the Upland Pool and 50 billion UPX was allocated to the Community Pool. It's now August 2022, and until now, there has been no new UPX that has been minted to either of the pools, and there also has not been any UPX that has been transferred into the Upland Pool. Upland came out with an economic update where they are proposing a change to the way that the Upland Pool is going to be funded. The white paper defines exactly how the Upland Pool will be funded. Upland has yet to act on that, and they are proposing to the community an alternative way of funding the Upland Pool. Behind the question of how do we fund the Upland Pool, there is another important question as well, and that is there a need for monetary expansion? Does the economy need to grow? Let's say I was the very first player to enter the metaverse, and as I mentioned, there's 50 billion UPX in the Upland pool and 50 billion UPX in the community pool. For the sake of this example, let's say I wanted to buy 60 billion UPX from the store. Well, the Upland pool only has 50 billion UPX. Now, one person buying 60 billion UPX at one point in time is probably not healthy growth for Upland, but for the sake of this example, let's say that it was. Upland is not going to say, sorry, we can't do that. That will be seen as growth in the economy, where there is more money coming into the game, which is a good thing, and they will be able to mint more UPX in order to support this growth. When we ask the question, how can the Upland pool be funded, we also have to take a look at the health of the economy and ask, is there a need to expand the economy as a whole? Upland has come up with a calculation that forecasts exactly how much UPX they need in order to maintain the healthy level of the Upland pool. And here on the Upland Guide website, I have detailed this formula. The formula goes as follows. Each number of NFTs minted during that specific month multiplied by 500 UPX, plus the number of blockchain transactions multiplied by 100 UPX, plus the number of monthly active users times 2000 UPX, plus the number of new users, which are players who created a new account, multiplied by 1000 UPX. This is the amount of UPX that will be transferred into the Upland pool on a monthly basis. There is nothing that we, the community, at this point in time can do about this formula. The next question is, where do these funds come from? First, I'm going to detail the proposed change to the method in which the Upland pool will be funded, and then I will detail the existing method that is defined in the white paper. Every month, based on the calculation that I just detailed, that amount of UPX has to be transferred into the UPX pool. And the proposed method suggests that that money comes directly from the community pool. By creating this metaverse and maintaining it, Upland is creating value to us community members as players. If we are benefiting from this ecosystem, from this platform, from this metaverse, it would make sense that we would be willing to pay for this value. And having this amount of UPX transferred from our community pool to the Upland pool is a way of doing this. Upland has been discussing about decentralizing this platform. Soon we are going to have the right to vote. We are going to be able to vote on things that are important to us at a neighborhood level, at a city level, and at an Upland level. And one of the first votes that will happen is whether to adopt this proposal of how the Upland pool will be funded. Upland has also said that they envision a future where Uplanders can vote on whether they support the company Upland Me Inc. to operate and maintain the metaverse. We might decide that there's someone better qualified to do that, and through this voting, we would be able to, in fact, change the management. If we as the community ever wanted to do that, we would need a way for the community to be able to pay this new operator. By having the community pool pay the Upland pool, this is giving power to the community where in the future there is a vision where we will have control over the community pool and decide who we allocate these funds to. Now, as long as the economy is healthy, as long as the community pool has enough funds in it, there shouldn't be any issue in transferring these funds to the Upland pool. As of right now, August of 2022, approximately 87% of all the UPEX in the economy is located in the community pool. Now, I know you're all wondering, this is fine and dandy right now as there is 87% in the community pool, but what happens when there is less money in the community pool? How will more money enter into the community pool? Included in this proposal is not only that the UPEX will be transferred from the community pool to the Upland pool, but if there is a need to mint new UPEX due to healthy growth within the economy, then that UPEX will be minted directly to the community pool only. Now, the way this is structured enables the two questions to be addressed separately. How do we transfer the funds to the Upland pool? Every month, based on that formula, the community pool will pay the Upland pool. Now, the second question is the community pool healthy? If it is, then there's no reason to mint new UPEX. If there is a need for new UPEX in the community pool, then that will be minted independently of the regular funding of the Upland pool. The white paper details a different method of how the Upland pool will be funded. The white paper says that at the beginning of every month, based on the formula that I showed you, that amount of UPEX will be minted to the Upland pool. In addition, that exact same amount of UPEX will also be minted to the community pool. This creates a situation where, no questions asked, every month there will be new UPEX minted to the economy. The white paper does not allow for the question to be asked about the health of the economy. If the economy is healthy, why would we need to mint more UPEX to it? How is the ecosystem able to maintain the strength of UPEX if every month we're constantly minting new UPEX to both pools? Constantly minting new UPEX to a already healthy economy could lead to inflation further down the line, thus devaluing the value of our UPEX. To summarize, the white paper details the method of funding the Upland pool by minting UPEX to both the Upland pool and the community pool on a monthly basis. The proposed amendment by Upland to this white paper would be to only mint UPEX through the community pool if there is a need to do so. The community pool would pay the Upland pool on a monthly basis, and this would be completely independent of if new UPEX needs to be minted to the economy. If the economy is healthy as it is, there is no reason to inject new UPEX into the ecosystem, and this would help to maintain the strength of UPEX. Once again, Upland has stated that this is something that they are reaching out to the community for, and we will have the ability to vote on this proposed amendment. We're not entirely sure when, and we don't know how this vote will work, but you can be sure that I will be here to provide you with information about that as well as it becomes available. If you have any questions about this video, please feel free to leave some questions in the comments. I will do my best to answer any of your questions, comments, concerns. I am not an economist, but I am in constant communication with employees in Upland who can absolutely help to address any questions that I am not able to field on my own. If you haven't already done so, please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel.